Hello everybody, my name is Coolblue, and I'm bringing you guys yet another Casters Network Presents the CasNet Interviews, and I know we've been on a little bit of a hiatus, but it's okay guys, we're still here, we're still alive, and with this interview kicking things off for this week, we actually have somebody who's pretty quite awesome. This is a caster, hold on, can't hear things. There we go, sorry guys, technical difficulties on my part, but anyway, nonetheless, we have with us Musik. He's a caster in Musik. Would you like to say hello to all the beautiful people out there, please?
Hello, all you beautiful people.
Alright, so Musik, could you please introduce yourself and just tell us a little bit about your what you do in real life, what you work or what area you work in, what your major and all this stuff.
I just finished school for my first year in college, and I am majoring in business management. So, and right now I'm just trying to find a job and play Dota.
Sounds like a nice little combination of some sorts. My only question to you is, are you trying to find a job in Dota?
No, like in real life.
Okay. And what did you major in? I don't know if you told me that, but
business management.
Okay. Found any good prospects yet?
No.
Okay. Don't worry, keep searching, man, because I'll be there soon in like 2 weeks, which is my graduation date. So moving on to the next question, where did you get the name Musik from? Because that's a very vague / interesting name, because you spelt it the way I would spell it.
Really? I thought it was unique. Because someone actually told me, like, I just made it up, because like I love listening to music. I actually had like another name before this, but it was kind of lame. And it was too gangster, so it wasn't professional. No, I'm not telling you. You don't need to know. No.
The internet will find out if you don't tell us.
I'll let them find out, but they don't need to know from here.
Okay.
But
fair enough.
What was I gonna say? Damn it, I forgot. Oh yeah, my name, right? So I like to listen to music, and I didn't want it to just music, with the C. Like, come on, it's lame, dude. So I just added K instead. And then recently, well not recently, but a few months ago, someone told me that music with the K is actually, I forgot what language it was, but it will actually stand for like music as well. So I was like, cool. Okay.
So technically you spelled it right, relative to another language.
Which I didn't even know about.
That's pretty good. That's pretty cool. Well played, sir. Well played. Now moving on to the next question, how did you get into video games? Because everybody has their story. Some people started with the very early days of Pong, and some people started very late with the later days of Xbox 360. So how exactly did you get into video games?
I just got into video games when I met one of my really good friends from a long time ago. And like when I was a kid, I don't know. And then one day, he just told me to like this LAN center. And then just play games, and then eventually the first game he showed me was Dota, and he was good at it.
So wait, hold on. The very first game you ever played was Dota?
Like a major game, yeah.
Okay. What games did you play before? Like smaller, minor games people might not know about?
Like Battle On, like those. Those online ones. Yeah. Okay.
So would that place you into video games a little bit later in your life as opposed to earlier?
I wouldn't say, kind of, but in Dota it's pretty early, I guess, even though I wasn't that early, but still early.
Okay. Now keep in mind, guys, Dota at the current point in time in this interview, Dota's what, like 10, maybe 11 years old now? Actually, it might be
I think somewhere there.
So Dota's a relatively old game relative to a lot of other series out there, but even still, you didn't play like any of the Marios way back in the days or anything like that?
Yeah, I play those Pokemon games and all that.
Okay.
Kids stuff.
Alright, that works. Now the next question, which I think is the question that you were starting to answer, is how did you get into Dota specifically?
Didn't I just answered that, didn't I?
Yes, answer it again, please.
Okay, my friend took me to a LAN center. He's like, yo, you should try this game. And he was introducing me to CS that time too. Like Counter-Strike. And yeah, first I was like, I don't exactly remember how it happened, but I started to like it, and then I remember asking him to like teach me how to play.
Mm-hmm.
He was just like he rejected me. He's just like, you gotta learn by yourself. So I just learned the game by myself.
Okay. And did you go through the hardship days of playing online and having people drop out when they started losing, or did you go for the more like play with a bunch of friends and then learn that way?
I was like, not the first option you told me, but
Mm-hmm.
I was trying to play with some people that was in the LAN center too. But then
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you did you play Dota 1?
No, I did not play Dota 1. I did not
Oh.
get into Dota till Dota 2.
Hmm. Well, there's like a league called TDA. I don't know if people remember it.
What does that stand for?
I have no clue.
Mhm.
I actually don't have any clue. But it was just like a kind of like a big deal in a way.
Okay.
Like, if you're not a pro, like, but it's like better than pubs, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like those games, you gotta get like vouched and all that.
Oh, wow.
But I was
okay.
trying to get into those, and those were like cause in pubs you just play like all pick, right?
Mhm.
Cause back in the days, barely anybody. I remember. Oh yeah, that was before when Captain's Mode came out. That was when only like random draft was there. I know you don't know this stuff, but yeah, that was when there's only random draft.
Mm-hmm.
And then later on, after a few years of playing, then they started to introduce like Captain's Mode, and then eventually Captain's Draft.
Huh.
But
I didn't
yeah,
know that. So basically, random draft was the main like professional or.
yeah. In the beginning, yes, I believe that is it. Because it was only like all pick, all random, and random draft.
Wow. Dota's
Yeah.
come a long way.
Yeah, and then first when people were starting playing Captain's Mode, I didn't even like I know nothing about competitive scene back then, like
Mhm.
nothing. And like people in the LAN center were playing like those draft, like Captain's Draft or Captain's Mode, I mean. And I was just like, what is happening? They're just picking like banning heroes and stuff. I'm like, I don't get this. So I didn't get into that until like Dota 2 ish, like 2011 or something. I
Mhm.
started to like, oh, that's cool. You draft and gives you like a bit more competitiveness to the game.
Yeah.
And yeah,
It allows you to do more things as a team. Now, you
Yeah.
played or you played the original Dota, which is what you just spent a while talking about. And you
Mhm.
also mentioned briefly your transition from Dota 1 to Dota 2. The question I had to ask you is, were you in the camp of players that were saying, no, Dota 1's the ultimate thing, Dota 2 is never going to become close to it, and then you were hesitant to transfer over? Or were you just openly accepting to it once it initially came out to everybody?
when I first like, I know Dota 2 came out like, was it 2010 ish?
Yeah, 2010, the alpha, or the
Yeah,
very
yeah,
hard
yeah.
to get into beta.
Yeah, I didn't even know there was like a Dota 2 until like I think 2011
Hmm.
or something. Like a bit like few months before TI2.
Right?
And then I just entered like a contest on like Facebook page or something.
Hmm.
And then I won a beta key and I tried it. And I gotta tell you, man, it's actually really hard.
Hmm.
Not only because the graphic and all that, because the interface and all that is kind of like a bit advanced than Dota 1, Warcraft, you know.
Right?
So first of all, it was kind of confusing and
Hmm.
like you know when you just because you play for the game for so long and you're just like,
Yeah.
should I try this?
Just
Should I give it a try?
like you're basically used to things being in a certain spot on certain locations.
Yeah.
And then when they move them, you just like get agitated enough where you just like, screw all this.
Yeah, and then then I start trying. I was about to give up, but then eventually just started playing Dota 2, and
Hmm.
because it was like because Dota 1 was kind of dying in a way.
Right?
Because everybody's moving to Dota 2 or like playing League of Legends or whatever.
Hmm.
So like the community was dying and like not people play on Dota 1 anymore. And I found out like later on after like TI2, I'm like Dota 2 is pretty cool because they changed like a lot of like skin and stuff
Yeah,
on the
yeah.
hero.
Right?
So yeah, I thought it was cool, and then I just started playing it, and yeah,
Okay.
then never turned back to Dota 1 again.
Never turned back. But it was your original. At least you played Dota 1. Because you can mention cool little fun facts like Train Protector and all his changes that I never. Well, I know about because of patch notes, but. Sadly. Okay.
Yeah.
So, next question is, what is your favorite thing about Dota?
As a like just general
Yeah, just general
everything.
things like your favorite thing about Dota, whether it be you like the fact that everything's different every single time, you like the fact that the community is the greatest thing in the world, you like the fact that Valvo, we can joke about Valvo, but that we know, or they know we still love them, or it's like, what is your favorite thing about Dota?
Uh, I would probably say that till this very day I don't feel bored
Mm-hmm.
playing. Although this is like the same map,
Mm-hmm.
but there would never be like a duplicate game. Like there would never be, cause like there's always something that's different about each game
Right.
and the people you're going up against. So I think that makes it kind of like a unique game,
Mhm.
and you can play for a long time like me and not get bored at it. I would say.
Mm-hmm. The versatility from game to game. That is definitely one of the things that a lot of people like about the game, and there are also a lot of other things to like about Dota. You know, have your favorites. So that actually brings us to our next section, which is the quick response section. Where, do you know how this section works, man?
I'm guessing you just say stuff and I just respond fast. I don't know.
I'm just gonna pretend that you didn't know how it worked and explain how it works anyway. The quick
I'm just
response
guessing
section.
from.
The
Yeah.
quick response section, the way it works is I'm going to say a topic and or music is
Thing.
going to give an answer, and then we're going to move on to the next question. Kind of like how
Okay.
music explained it like 10 seconds ago.
Okay.
I just like explaining it because it's so complicated, so complex. So are you ready for this?
No. Yes.
Oh, wait,
Alright,
which
just
one?
go.
Okay, that was your first quick response question. You failed already. No, okay. So favorite hero?
Ooh, that is so tough.
Gotta be quick.
Oh man, I would say Invoker.
Favorite courier?
In Dota 2, damn. Oh, that Roshan, that Platinum Roshan.
Favorite team?
DK.
Favorite caster?
Lystander.
Favorite
guy.
event?
Obviously TI. Come on.
Favorite color?
Yellow, orange.
Favorite number?
35.
Favorite song?
Oh my god. I have so many. I don't know.
I mean, your name is music. You gotta have a favorite song.
I have favorite songs with the S, but I don't have like one particular.
Name three. Name three random ones. Hurry, hurry, hurry. Be quick. Be quick.
Happy by Pharrell. That's one. 1-3?
Yep.
Oh man. Yo, I don't know. Okay,
I'm just gonna
not
assume.
think-
I'm just gonna assume that you said "Friday" by Rebecca Black and
No,
hashtag
no.
"selfie" by the
No,
Chainsmokers.
no.
All right, moving on. Favorite book?
Favorite book?
Yeah.
Favorite book? I don't read that much. And even though I read, but like I don't remember the book name.
Okay. And favorite place to go vacation? That'll be the last one.
Place to go vacation, Hong Kong, I guess.
Okay. And that will work as the end of the quick response section because we all totally know that music loves the song "Friday" by Rebecca Black and hashtag "selfie" by the Chainsmokers. Right? Right? That's
God.
legit. That's legit, right?
Kinda. I'm not gonna hate on anybody out there that likes those songs.
I'm not hating on them either. I'm just saying it would be funny if it was. Hashtag "selfie" is actually a popular song, but let's not get into that. Moving on to the next question because we need to keep things moving along. Actually, no, take it back. I want to ask you this question first. Where are you from?
Like born?
Yes. Where are you from and where are you?
I'm from Hong Kong,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm in Canada now.
You're in China now?
Canada.
Oh, Canada. Okay, my bad. All right. So the reason why I want to ask you that is because you mentioned Hong Kong before as your favorite place to go. So I just assumed that you might be from that area because you mentioned that you weren't in the U.S. before, while we were setting things up, and Hong Kong relative to Dota because I know Dota's having a few issues getting their game in. I guess China. I can't really say Hong Kong specifically. So, have you not been able to play Dota, or have you been to Hong Kong recently and you've not been able to play Dota because of the restrictions as far as regions go?
I don't play Dota when I go there.
What? You don't?
No, I'm not like. I know some people like to like play Dota while they're on vacation and stuff.
Right, right.
I'm not one of those. I just want to like, cause the one of the reason why I take vacation sometimes is just get away from what you've been doing,
Hmm.
like your life, like Dota, school, and all that. Just want to get away from that, you know,
Right.
and enjoy like what's around you. That's what
Okay.
I like to do
All right. That
sometimes.
works. That is a good succinct answer. I like that answer. Moving on to the next question though. What groups are you involved in, if any?
Groups as in
Groups as
like,
in to, I don't know. That question is really relevant to people who have groups like
oh, is there
Apple
like,
TV or the Wave. As for the Wave gamers, shout out to you guys. You guys are awesome. Or Cash's Network, if you want to list that as a group you're involved with.
I worked with a few groups like the Wave,
Okay.
Star Cloud or whatever,
Hmm.
that league. I recently just talked to them. I worked with Shiver before.
Hmm.
I worked with an organization called Rapture Gaming Network, which is like a Singaporean or C Dota
Right.
stuff. When it comes to like NA, I haven't worked that much with them.
Hmm.
I do have contact with some of them, but yeah, not really, not much. But
Okay, and throughout all these groups, different groups that you've been involved with, or
uh-huh.
been involved with, as a caster, do you foresee it being a beneficial experience being involved with these different groups? Not necessarily saying you have to call anybody out or anything, or say anything specific. Just a general, generic. Is getting involved with groups a good thing for a caster?
Yeah, definitely, because like some of these groups are like in different regions, and you get to cast different regions in the world that plays Dota, and because like China's Dota is different from like NA Dota,
Hmm.
so you get like a lot of experience and like their play style, what they tend to draft,
Hmm.
and all that stuff. It's really good. And the more people you work with, obviously, easier to get around because they refer you to people if you're good enough and all that.
Oh, okay, cool. And last question I'm going to ask you relative to this. You mentioned that Lissandro was one of your favorite casters, correct?
Yeah.
So,
Yep.
have you ever like been in contact with Lissandro before?
Yeah, I have him. Yeah, I talk to him like regular basis. Although I pretty much never worked with him just because he told me that he tend to like solo cast.
Right.
But yeah, he's a cool guy.
Okay,
Cool to.
and the reason why I asked that question is because I wanted to ask you. Okay, I guess a follow up since you answered yes to that last question I just asked. Do you foresee or do you personally like being the person in your position, knowing different like big name casters or small name casters? Do you see like a huge difference between caster and player sometimes? Because a lot of people get the starstruck, awe-struck thing of, oh my gosh, you're like a god, Toby, or oh my gosh, you're like a god, Purge. Whereas in reality, we're just all normal people. And I say we because I like to think I'm like that. But
Wait, what was the question?
the question was, do you think, or did he
Hmm?
seem like somebody who was like super,
Oh, like a god or something,
yeah,
right?
super godlike, or was he just like a normal person who loves playing Dota?
No, he's definitely not a god. Cause I mean, no, he's like a guy that's just love playing Dota. But people might think they're a god in some ways is because like certain players or casters are like really hard to like get to know
Hmm.
because they're always so busy and they already have like their own group of people that hang around like beyond the summit, you know.
Hmm.
So it's really highly unlikely that those casters and players who get to like know each and one of you like individually just because they just don't have time for that.
Hmm.
But when you get a chance to know some of them and talk to them on a regular basis, they're just normal people that just love the game.
Good answer. And I will admit, guys, for everybody who's watching and for everybody who might have picked up on it, I was kind of trying to force them into that because I don't know how. Like, I'm not saying I'm super big and popular. Me, Cool Blue. This is a side rant. But there have been a few people who said, "Oh my gosh, Cool Blue, you're the most awesome thing in the world." It's like, "Oh my gosh, you responded to my email." And it's like, dude, I'm just a Dota 2 player. So anyway, I had to get that out there because you mentioned Lissandra and you had connections with him. That's cool. All right, let's go back to the interview. Music. The next question is asking you, what do you like about casting?
I like casting just because
No, no.
like what do you like about casting?
Yes, what do you like about casting?
Uh, like teach the viewers stuff, like give them knowledge about the game, because most of them are pretty new. Not saying all of you are, but majority of the time they're pretty new, or there's some mechanics that they don't know about. They're not aware of, because pubs are way different than competitive.
So you prefer to be the person who leads them through the very complicated game of Dota?
Through casting, I guess.
Okay. And the actual follow-up question I asked that, this is a fun question. Are you a caster because you were not pro enough to be a player? Because that is totally true in my book, but...
I wouldn't say that, because I'm working on a team right now, and I think everybody have, like, you just need the right, like, set of skills to become like a pro in pretty much anything. Like,
right.
So I wouldn't say that, but I do hear a lot of that stuff. It's like, I'm not good enough, so I'll just be a caster.
I mean, it's totally true in my book, so, like, yeah. I've accepted fate. I'm just bad at Dota, guys.
Huh?
I'm just bad at Dota.
I still think I'm pretty bad.
There you go, guys. There's hope for me yet. Yes. Oh, I'm just like flailing my arms around.
Yeah, I'm just like one of those guys that like when other people watch me, they're like, "Damn, you're so good." But then to me, I'm like, "Yo, I didn't do this right. I'm so bad at this." No.
Okay, so you have a sense of humility about yourself.
Yeah, I think it's good. It could be bad and good at the same time. Cause like you want to be better, but sometimes too much of that isn't good. So I try to balance that a little bit.
There you go, guys. Music, living the balanced life. And of course, with all things that you love about casting, there are things you hate about casting. And music, what is it that you do not like about casting?
Like, as my casting, like me casting, or like watching other people?
We'll actually answer that in both respects. First, with you casting, you personally casting. What one thing do you not like about casting?
I guess I wouldn't say I don't. I guess like when like one day is really long and like you can't even catch a breath. That's one thing, but
okay.
I think that's like the only thing, cause like casting is I'm pretty positive about casting, so.
Okay, that's good. And what would be one thing that you do not like about casting relative to other people's stuff? Like, say you watch like 20 different casters and you watch their games, and there's that one thing you just do not like about them in general, like just their casting or their delivery. I don't know, whatever. You know what I mean?
In general, I think, because I'm really technical about Dota, so I would say. Like some of the casters, I'm not saying names, but maybe their lack of knowledge of the game, because you already know like there's few out there that I'm pretty sure people know.
Yeah. I mean,
sometimes they say stuff that
you say that and everybody thinks somebody, but I'm not gonna name any names.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say any names, but yeah.
So the technical level of the casters themselves, that's one thing that you prefer to see get raised up a little bit more.
Yeah, I would say so, because I understand that you do comment, like you kind of interpret the game to other people.
Right.
So in a way, you should, like as a standard, you should be able to. I wouldn't say like you wouldn't know all the mechanics, but at least, like when casters say stuff that they're not sure about, but they just say it anyways.
Yeah.
I think that's when it's crossing the line where you're not sure about stuff. Don't say it at all, because then other people will kind of take it in and then not like playing pubs and stuff and like, what the hell, this guy told me this works, and I'm like, no, it's not.
But see like honestly, okay, I'm gonna play devil's advocate real fast. Honestly, that's a double-edged sword, because there's one respect where you're saying, yeah, I agree. As a caster, you should know enough to say something confidently enough, and if you don't know about it like exactly, then at least attempt to go look it up, or maybe say, okay guys, I'm not sure about this, but it might be like that. So that we can make sure the viewers know. But there's also the other half of the viewer themselves, where they should probably do their own research too. So do you foresee that as being a thing that we can kind of let them get away with a little bit, and by them I mean the casters? Because the viewer themselves should probably look up the stuff anyway?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, most of them actually do because you're watching like big tournaments. People with the chat like forget about the spamming part, but like
Mm-hmm.
when the caster make a mistake or something, the chat is already on it. Like so yeah, that part is already covered. So
Okay. But still, at the end of the day, the caster should know more technically across the board.
I think I'm being a little bit harsh, but yeah, I
No,
guess.
it's fine. The technical level, I feel personally, the technical level should be a little bit higher as a caster. Like, it should be expected, because as a viewer, to help with the viewer experience, you should be able to tell them some fun facts about Dota that are relevant to the game. So,
Yep.
I would have to say I agree with your opinion on that. And with that said, we're moving on to our next question, which you had the list of questions, right?
Yeah.
Could
Going
you
through them.
please read off the next question?
It's number 9, right?
Yes, number 9.
How has casting affected you in real life?
'Cause that is a
Ooh.
good question to ask, and I want you to read it yourself, because I just want to hear you read it. But how has it affected you in real life?
I would say one of the major things is probably I'm more confident about interacting with people and like speaking in front of like a big crowd now.
Mm-hmm.
Because casting is sort of like that. Like, yeah, I guess that's one of the biggest thing that helped me. Because I'm not really a good presenter, so.
Okay. So it builds your confidence up throughout your length of casting. Actually, how long have you been casting? That's a good question to ask you.
I started casting a bit after like TI2.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I just here and there. I haven't do it consistently just because I'm trying to focus on because I'm trying to like balance stuff. Because I want to try the casting perspective and
Mm-hmm.
being a player. So I'm kind of trying to balance that and see which one works for me.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah.
And you mentioned before that you were trying to be a part of a team, or you're trying to create a team and stuff. So what role do you play the best, and what is your worst role? As far as like a 1 through 5, where 1 is carry and 5 is ward person.
Huh. I don't think I have a best role just because,
Mm-hmm.
like for myself, I'm like one of those people that just love to be versatile. So I can play pretty much anything. As I know a lot of people say that, but
Mm-hmm.
I said it as in like I feel like in a competitive level, because there's like a standard for it.
Right.
I feel like I can play all the role pretty much at the least at that standard.
Right.
But right now I'm playing off lane
Okay.
on this team.
And offlane is 3, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So you like being an offlaner. So who's your favorite offlaner?
Right now,
Yes.
after this patch,
Before this patch.
before this patch.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man. Before this, I'll probably say Centaur.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and guys, just to put this into some perspective for everybody watching in the future, the patch that just came out is 6.8.1. So we're talking about before 6.8.1. So just 6.8. So you said Centaur?
Yeah, Centaur.
Okay. Now after the patch.
Audi Titan.
Really?
Yeah.
Was he buffed that much?
He wasn't buffed that much, but I feel like that little buff that he had
Mhm.
kind of, I want to say helped him in the off lane, like laning stage, but it definitely helped like later on in the stage.
Wait, and, hold on.
It's not a really big like buff though. It's just like a slight, like a little buff. That's like I think 45 less mana on the stomp.
Yeah, that's what I was just about to ask you, because I was blanking. Like I was gonna say either something with the stomp or something with his base armor, but his stomp costs less mana.
Yeah, it's not. I mean, it's not a really big deal, but
Mm-hmm.
I just love that hero.
Oh, okay, that works. He's also
Just
great when a
punch
team
people.
fight breaks out.
Yeah, he just punch people. Like one time, not a few days ago, I was playing him and I just like put the spirit and then
Mhm.
it came back to me. I'm hitting for like 300 damage, dude.
Yeah, and the one, like
It's like cool.
for me, by far, one of the most awesome things to watch is like, oh, what's that? Your agility? You have a bunch of armor? Nope. So all he has to do is just show up. That's always fun.
Yeah.
Dota.
He's not a good hero by himself though. He's like he's more of like a I wouldn't say like a it's kind of like a dark seer in a way where he relies on other people.
Yeah.
But he makes the team better. That's
Okay. That really does wrap things up very well. Now moving to the next question. Aside from casting and playing Dota, what do you do for fun?
I watch TV, listen to music, hang out with friends, play basketball. Pretty much it.
Okay. And the follow-up I ask for that is, do you follow sports?
Yes.
Who's your favorite team in basketball?
OKC Thunder.
Okay, and who's your favorite football team?
I don't watch football.
What else sport do you watch?
Pretty much nothing.
Just basketball?
I don't know if wrestling counts, but
Well,
I don't think it counts.
Kind of. Who's your favorite wrestler, I guess?
Probably John Cena. I don't know.
Okay. That works. I couldn't tell if that was a good or bad answer because I don't watch wrestling. So that works for me, man. That works for me. Next question. What other games do you play? Besides Dota, of course.
At the moment?
Yes, at the moment.
I play Counter-Strike, Global Offensive.
Okay.
I play NBA 2K14.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes I play Pokemon XY. Sometimes.
Nice.
But yeah, that's pretty much it.
So that implies you have a 3DS.
Yes.
So what other games do you have on your 3DS?
Mario Kart and I think the Dream Team thing, the Luigi Dream Team, whatever that thing is called.
Dream Team?
Yeah, came with the DS anyways.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we'll probably talk about that a little bit later. But okay, so cool. I have to go challenge you in Mario Kart now. But, alright, next question, moving on from Nintendo things. Any interesting talents that you would like to tell us about that you're okay with telling the internet?
Talent? I don't think I have any talent. I don't know.
There's a talent of speech, there's a talent to draw. That's technically a talent. Music, musical talents, those count.
No, I don't play any instrument and stuff, so I don't know. Any talents?
Persuasion, that could be a talent.
I guess I'm good with math. I don't know.
Good
Is
with
that a
math?
talent? I don't know. Yeah. I would say so.
What is the highest math that you've done or completed in your university studies?
I recently finished statistics. Yeah.
Okay. I couldn't. Nope. I hate statistics. Okay, that works for me, guys.
I hated to.
But you're good with math. Come on.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. And the next to the last question is actually shoutouts. Do you have any shoutouts that you would like to make? And please feel free to make any and all shoutouts.
Shout out to my team, I guess. Ropemark,
Mhm.
the sponsor. I guess also Wolfpack Net.
Mhm.
Shout out to you for having me. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Well, no shoutouts to the family. No shoutouts to like a special person.
I don't think they watch this.
Yeah, but you can still say it, and then maybe show them later. It's like, oh look, I shouted you out, mom. Come on. Okay. Fine. We'll just go ahead and bring this to an end because Cool Blue totally doesn't want this interview to end because it's been so fun. But our last question is actually on the list, and I'm trying to bring out that list, and I'm totally not stalling by saying words. But where can people find you if they want to find your stuff?
My stuff.
They want to like find your content, find your casting, find your POVs or your gameplay.
One of the most reliable things is probably my Twitter, as you already have it there. Because I just... Huh?
Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say I post pretty much anything there, like opinions about maybe a current tournament that I'm watching. When I'm streaming, I have that auto thing updates on the Twitter. And yeah, anything that I was gonna do, I'll put it there, and I'll link it there.
Okay. So Twitter and Twitch. Twitter's the best way to follow you. Twitch is where you do all your streaming stuff, and YouTube you
Yeah,
totally
then-
made because Cool Blue made you.
Yes.
Okay, that works. Alright, so the best place to follow him, if you guys want to go follow music stuff, because this interview to an end, is of course the Twitter page. Go follow that. It's always fun to follow people and just look at their 140 or less characters. And you can check out his live stream, which is on Twitch. Do you have a regular
Like a
broadcast
schedule?
Yeah. Do you have a schedule?
I haven't made one yet, but I tend to stream in the in the morning to like afternoonish.
What time zone?
Like around 11 a.m. Eastern time.
Mm-hmm.
That's when I usually. But that's actually a bad time because there's a lot of tournaments.
Yeah, usually.
Yeah.
Because
I'll try to.
11 EST or Eastern Standard Time is roughly like 7 o'clock European time.
Yeah, because at nighttime like right now,
Mhm.
there's like I want to watch TV and stuff because there's a playoff.
Right.
So, yeah.
So that means
I
we're
just-
going to end this interview that much faster, guys.
That was pretty fast.
But yeah, that's gonna be it. That's gonna be the end of the interview. So, Music, would you like to say the final goodbye to all the beautiful people out there for us, please?
Bye, all of you. Thank you for watching.
Mhm.
And yeah, keep playing Dota.
Yes, keep playing Dota, and that'll be it for this interview, guys. So, as always, this is a video brought to you by Cash's Network. This is the CasNet interview number something. I don't keep track of these numbers, but this is one featuring Music, and thank you, Music, for joining us. As you guys heard him say before, you can follow him at his Twitter. The best place to follow him is that. He also has his Twitch, which is right there, twitch.tv/musicdota. That's music with a K. And his YouTube page, which is newly made. He probably won't use that very often, but if Cool Blue has something to do with it, he will use it. He probably won't. He probably won't. But anyway, so that's it for this interview. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and as always, we'll see you guys whenever.